Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome back to the Wolf's Den of Champions. Today we're going to be going over a creation I created here. This is going to be a Black Widow deck, added with some of the new cards here from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. expansion pack. If you guys are new here, welcome. This is the Wolf Den of Champions, where we do everything Marvel Champions. We do gameplay, we'll do deck builds, we'll do reviews, Marvel Champions news and updates. So if you guys aren't subscribed, make sure to subscribe now. And this is Marvel Champions in 2025. Okay, here we go. We created a 50 card deck. That is correct. I like to play 50 cards. I like to play the max level of cards in all TCGs that I used to play, and I like to play the max level of cards in Marvel Champions. A lot of us know what Natasha Romanoff's kit does, and the character does. This character really revolves around preparations. We got a lot of good preparations added in the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., so without further ado, let's jump right into this deck build here. I'm going to go ahead and do it in little segments. So we're going to put Natasha off to the side here, and then we're going to put Natasha off to the side there, and then we're going to go over her kit, which is her kit there. We're going to go over the standard cards and just pretty much all the cards here. So I broke them down in, it's a 50 card deck like I mentioned. I broke them down in like what they are, like preparations, and let me just go over the deck. It'll make more sense. Here we go. So I have 3 copies of the new practice plan. This card here makes this deck just like so much more versatile, and it lets you grab whatever you need to grab, and you can reuse whatever you need to reuse. I think this deck that I created here is very fun because you could literally take it into almost any villain. I've only fought quite a handful of villains. I haven't gone through the whole thing. And I've only been playing Marvel Champions for a little bit over a month, well, maybe now 2 months, and I almost have the entire collection. Yeah. Wife gave me the green light, so I said, hey, I'm going to buy it all. So I bought almost all the collection besides like Sinister Motives. All the out of print stuff I don't have. Everything that's labeled out of print on the website I do not have, but I have everything else, and I'm going to slowly progress from the beginning all the way to the end so I can learn every single card. I'm going to be doing a hero kit review, so if that's something for you and you just started playing Marvel Champions, this is the channel for you. And if you're a veteran, welcome. Teach me how to play, correct me in the comments, give me your insight. I'd love to know your thoughts and stuff. And well, let's just jump into the deck. So we have 3 practice plans here. After you discard a preparation card you control, discard practice plan, return that card to your hand from your discard pile. This card is a 0 cost. It works with Natasha. It works with Black Widow here. So after you trigger the ability of a preparation card, you control, deal 1 damage to the enemy. So this really, you just start knocking out damage with these preparation cards. And then if you're an alter ego once per turn, you can just get a free draw just by playing this card. So it's really good. A lot of Natasha's kit is also preparation and tech. So that's I'm going to go ahead and continue. We got 2 copies of espionage. Espionage is really good. I think so, because surge keyword on the encounter card would be resolved. Discard espionage, draw 2. So there's a lot of surge, and more villains have certain modulars have more surge, and just you play expert, it has more surge. But even in the standard, I get to resolve this card a lot just playing regular, just because like I think it's called advance, or the one I can't remember the treachery, but it says it's I was playing Rhino the other day, and it said like if alter ego surge, and if in villain or in hero attack or something like that. So it comes up a lot, and you just draw 2. It's a really good card, and it's a free preparation. It's basically cost 1, but it's a free preparation because later I'll go over her gauntlets and stuff. So I have 2 copies of Prism Dust. This is one of the new cards here. I love this card. So it's max once per player. It's a preparation tech, cost 1, and after a minion enters play, discard Prism Dust, confuse the minion, and deal 2 damage to it. So the confusion part is a big part in this because I added another spice to my deck here. It's not just on preparation. I got 2 copies of counterintelligence. Really, really busted card. You don't have to be in alter ego. You don't have to be in hero for this to resolve. It's just a regular interrupt. When any amount of threat would be placed on the main scheme, discard counterintelligence, prevent 3 of that threat. So that is going to be our preps that we added to the deck here. We also have a kit here that I'm going to go over. This is kind of like a little spice that I was looking over the cards that I have already. I was like, this is actually pretty good. So I have Scare Tactic, 3 copies of Scare Tactic, which deal 3 damage to a confused enemy. The Prism Dust does very good at confusing minions. The Natasha Romanoff kit, I think it's Covert Ops or something like that. It's like remove 4 from a scheme, you'll see it later, and confuse your villain. So if my villain's confused, I can hit him for 1, 2, 3 times of 3 damage for a 1 cost each. So for 3 cost, I could hit my my villain for 9 damage. It's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. I also had the sonic rifles for that specific reason, and then I was looking for other cards that like did damage for confusion and stuff, or confuse my villain or enemies, and I found 3 copies of Concussive Blow, which it's a hero action to confuse the enemy, and if you paid with a punch resource, fighting resource, deal 3 damage to that enemy. So you can do a lot of damage here with the sonic rifle. You just put 1 counter on there, or you exhaust 1 counter and you confuse the enemy. If he's already confused, then you just boom 3, another 3, and another 3. So that's a lot of damage. I wanted to add this little special kit in here on top of like the versatility that Natasha Romanoff has. And they're all very responsive cards. I honestly really love her, like this deck, because you can do so much just with her kit. So I figured, you know what, where is it lacking, or where can I have more fun? And I kind of feel like this fits in because she already confuses the villain, and I wanted to build off that when I was doing my deck building stream. Those were the thought process that were going off in my mind. I'm like, you know what? I can just look at her cards, see where she's lacking, not even lacking, see where her strengths are and capitalize on that. So I saw that card and I was like, she thwarts really good. She schemes like she can prevent the thwart mitigation pretty good, but also not really, but also really. And there's all these preparation cards, and I was like, you know what? I can get them back with espionage. Sorry, with practice plan. They're all very low. Her gauntlets. So let me just continue on. And I was like, you know what? She confuses. That's pretty cool. That'll stop the confusing on from scheming, because that's what confuses. The next time the character with thwart or scheme, discard the status card instead. So that's pretty good. I don't know. So that was my mentality there, and those cards there. We're gonna go into the allies here. Just your standard allies for justice, basically. I love Mockingbird. I love Nick Fury, and I'm glad I get to play them more now because they're in the shield here, and they got shield support. So these cards go really good in the new Agents of Shield. We got Matt Murdock here. We got Daredevil. We got Agent Coulson and Quake. Quake is really good for mitigating like minions. So if a minion's going to scheme, you deal 2 damage to the minion. You could just slap her on board, leave her there if you're playing a minion heavy modular. Kind of good. After Agent Coulson enters play, search your deck or discard pile for a preparation card added to your hand. So you got a free search there. Mockingbird stuns the enemy, so that's really good. I mean, Nick Fury is Nick Fury and he's busted. I don't know if I prefer this Nick Fury or the other Nick Fury, because this Nick Fury draws 3 cards, and if I were to take one out, I'd probably take out Daredevil. But I like Daredevil because after Daredevil thwarts, he deals 1 damage. So if an enemy has a tough card, I like to get rid of them with Daredevil. That's why I have him in here. But you can mix and match however you want and take out cards and add cards. That's the beauty of Marvel Champions. You don't have to play 50, you don't have to play 40, you can play 45 or 46 or 50 like me. But those are my allies there for the deck. I have 1 copy of Heroic Intuition because I like adding that extra thwart onto my hero here, so she'll be a 3 thwart. And threat mitigation, I like to be able to handle that. I also have under surveillance, and I only have 1 copy of this in the deck because I only put it on the main scheme. It's 1 max per scheme, and ultimately I haven't gone into the villains where they have the next stages of stuff. And if they do, I'd probably add a 2nd copy at most. But I really enjoy this card here because it adds 4. It's kind of like that safety blanket where it's like, okay, I can go 1 more turn and just heal I can stay in Natasha and I can just heal 1 more and then flip over to hero on the 3rd turn and then just start to handling that threat all over again. And just gives you that like extra room and that extra safety blanket. I really like it, especially with heroic intuition, because now you're, instead of removing 2 threats, you're removing 3 per attack. This is one of the new cards here, Gemma Simmons. It's such a busted card for this deck because reduce the cost of Gemma Simmons by 2 if your identity is a shield trait. So Black Widow is Avenger Spy, but if you flip over, her alter ego is Shield Spy. So this works here, and so does the same thing with Leo Fitz. And you want to play these basically when you're in alter ego most of the time. Exhaust Gemma Simmons, generate a mind resource for a tech card. There's a lot of tech cards and a lot of tech cards in her kit that just allow you to play them for free because they either cost 1 or they cost 2, or like, you'll see the whole madness of this later. Alter ego action, you exhaust Leo Fitz, you search your deck for a tech card, and you add it to your hand. It's pretty busted. And you just free search when you're in alter ego. And in this deck, I find myself in alter ego quite a lot until I have like all my my upgrades and support set up. Then I'll be in Black Widow a lot, and I'll just let her continue to do all her hero interruptions, or let her kit do a lot of stuff because she has a lot of interactions with her kit. We have 1 copy of Helicarrier because Helicarrier is broken. I love Helicarrier. The next card you would play, you reduce it by 1 cost for that phase. We got Quinn Carrier, same thing. If you're Avenger trait, which Black Widow is an Avenger, you exhaust Quinn Carrier. It's a free wild resource, so everything costs 1 less. Avengers Mansion, you draw an extra card. It speeds up the game. I have these big, heavy cards as well because I do play the standard Energy, Strength, and Genius. So half the time I don't play these unless I have other resources to pay for the big cards, just like the big cost of 2 Power of Justice, just like the other big cost, these guys, the allies. Like, I'll usually play for the big allies with these cards here, and if not, then I'll try to focus on getting these resources out, because getting the resources out, once that happens, it just snowballs, and you play the game for free, and it doesn't even matter like what really you do or don't do. Winter Soldier is part of the kit of Black Widow. Obviously, we're going to be playing this because we're going to play the 15 cards part of her kit, but Winter Soldier, he comes out for free every game. Reduce the cost to play Winter Soldier by 1 for each preparation card you control. Literally, you have 4 preparation cards. You have more than enough targets to get Winter Soldier out. He comes out for free, and he just goes to work. This is the card I was talking about, Covert Ops. You remove 4 threat from a scheme and you confuse the villain. The beauty about this is that this is an action. It's not a hero action. It's not an alter ego action. It's just a regular action. This is a hero action, which is another really good card, which is attack. Hero action, you do 3 of the following damages. We got Safe House, which makes this deck even more broken, which explains why I have 2 copies of everything instead of 3. The more preparation cards come out, I'll probably have 1 copy of each preparation, and I can just filter through with Leo Fitz or Agent Coulson, search for it. Once I have it, I can use it, exhaust it. The practice plan can go back and get it. This can go back and get it. And I just, once per turn, alter ego, here you go, boom, grab it, use it again. I need it, there you go. And most of the time you can only play 1 on field for, like you can see here, counterintelligence, max 1 per player. So you can only have 1 upgrade of these at a time, so you don't necessarily need two. I use two to get to them faster. Instead of three feels too clunky. If it was a broken, busted card, then I would do three because I would want to get it as fast as possible. But I think two works out pretty good, and the more preparation cards come out, more shield cards come out. If they do, I'm definitely going to do the same thought process. And like I said, I'll just use one, and then Black Widow, whatever I need, I'll just go search it, grab it, use it, apply it as the game goes and stuff, and kind of like tweak through what like my villain is or what the situation is. Like there's so much you can do, and it's so awesome. So I have two copies. Well, obviously I have two copies of Attack Acrobatics. This is another preparation card. It's an attack. It is a hero response. When a boost card is turned face up, discard Acrobatics, cancel the boost icon, deal 1 damage to the villain for each boost icon cancel this way. So this is another way to do damage. You can grab it back with Safe House. Here is a tech card, which is Exhaust Black Widow's Gauntlet generates a wild resource for a preparation card. So a busted card. We got another preparation tech here, which is when you reveal a treachery, discard grappling hook, cancel the effect, and discard treachery, and discard it. So that's good. We got another tech here of the synth suit. We got the preparation techs here, hero responses. Actually, I'm sorry. I think I've been saying stuff. So yes, Leo Fitz grabs all of these Widow. Black Widow cards that you need, since a lot of them are techs, is what I meant to say. My apologies. It grabs all the techs. You can't search the preparations, but most of these are preparations. These are all tech. These are not. Okay, so you go and you search for the big cards that you really need. Once you get them, it's like they're always going to either be there, or you're always going to have access to them, and you're going to be using them a lot, which works with this kit very well, this deck and Leo Fitz, because he can search for your resource cards. So you exhaust Black Widow's Gauntlet, you generate a wild for a preparation. So once you search you alter ego, Leo Fitz, grab this, play it for free, or you don't play it for free, but you search it, and then if you have Gemma, then she plays this for free for you, or is that the preparation as well? She does generate for a tech. No, so she lets you play your techs for free as well, because she generates one one mind. And once you have that out, this comes out for free. You activate this, you can play, one of these costs less, and so on and so on. So it's just like this whole deck, it works really well. And it doesn't sound like it works really well, because it's like, you have too many cards and all this other stuff, but that's like how my brain works with 50 card decks, is the more you have and you search for your important cards, then you don't really have to worry about the clunkiness, as long as you don't deck build too clunky. Plus, if you have 3 copies of a lot of cards, you can use those cards, and your probability of getting those cards to your hand are a lot quicker. That's why I really like, I guess, 50 card decks, which, like I said, so these, I only play 2 of each. They're preparation cards, preparation. Like, that's a lot of targets for Natasha's abilities. We have 3 copies of Practice Plan, which lets us reuse or grab these as we please. There's also more here that we can grab back, like these here. All these cards here are preparation cards. So in total, we get to do a lot of interaction. We got a way to get them back once per turn if we really wanted to. On top of these here, you don't have to use these, but this is like that fourth safe house kind of card. It allows you to have 4 safe houses, and it's just pretty cool. And then, like I mentioned, if you wanted to have more fun, and this is why I really love 50 card decks, is because you can do more than one thing, and add some like spice in there, which is why I added this here, that's why I added these here, which works so naturally with her kit. You confuse and you do damage. So the only way to win in Marvel Champions is to defeat the villain. So you got to do damage, and this helps you do that damage. It also helps you keep threat off off the main scheme because of the confusion. It just opens and lets you do a lot of play, and I like I like things that are not very linear, if that makes any sense. And this is just a very fun deck. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. This is Dark Matter Wolf at the Wolf's Den. And go ahead and make sure to subscribe for more content, more Marvel Champions content. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of the deck and the new cards that Natasha has access to now because of the preparations from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I'm going to be doing a lot more deck building. I'm going to be doing a lot more streaming. So if you want to follow me on that stuff, there's going to be links down below. There'll be a link to this deck and the deck list down below in the comments as well. And then let me know your thoughts. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll catch you guys in the next video. And thanks for returning to the Wolf's Den of Champions. We'll see you next time. Peace.